What's up, everybody? You know what else is free? This Yoke Talk is free. Hope you
Hey,
guys are doing well.
free
Hello,
99,
Yokers out there. $3.99.
free 99.
Oh, I thought you said $3.99.
Nah, free
It's like, I
99.
was like, my goodness, do we make people charge
Yeah,
to
we're now
listen to
charging
us?
a subscription service for the YokeTalk podcast. All future episodes, you'll be required to pay $3.99 in order to enjoy all that we have to offer here. Not really.
Oof,
JK.
just kidding. But anyways, Serif, how's your week going this week, man?
It has been good. Long weekend. For those of you that are not in the loop, Boz and I attended a wedding on Sunday, so that was a lot. I danced for the first time. I found out
He did.
I
He did.
found out I actually kind of really enjoyed dancing.
I
And
had to pull him onto the dance floor and keep him on there because he started to leave, and I actually grabbed his arm and pulled him in.
this is true. This is true. But yeah, so like I went swing dancing one time, but it was really hard and it was, everyone was like it was like a class, so it was like learning. So it was like it was fine that I felt like I didn't know what I'm doing. But for like a public thing where it's just like everybody goes out and dances. I would always think like, "Oh, well, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to dance." And then I
Nobody
was
knew how to dance.
yeah, I was basically watching and I was like, "No one knows what they're doing." So it's
Except
fine.
for that one, there was
Except for
one
that one
girl there.
girl. That one
That
girl.
there was this one girl, and she just like one of the songs she had scripted.
An
Scripted.
entire choreographed dance. It was incredible. It was for like
It
3
really
of the
was.
songs, but
Yeah,
yeah. But
she was
yeah,
crazy.
so I found out I like dancing. It's fun, I don't know what I'm doing, but I realize nobody does, and that makes it fun. So
Yep. And I'm not gonna lie, Cotton Eye Joe destroyed my left leg.
yeah, I
It,
wasn't
I
I
didn't.
wasn't even gonna attempt that.
I didn't actually know that that song went on for like 20 minutes. It just kept going. And then another chorus would start. And I was like, my left leg is about to give out. I have MS. This is not cool. But,
Feels bad.
things happen. It was fun. We had a good time. So it was great. But, anyways, guys, so just give you guys a heads up. We do not like to cancel the Yoke Talk
No,
last
we
week.
don't.
We did have to cancel, unfortunately. Many of you know my wife took a spill on a curb and she sprained her arm. So I had to go. She just asked me to bring her some naproxen. I said that's fine. I drove there. I was going to drive back for the Yoke Talk, and then I saw her hobble out of the store, and I was like, we're going to urgent care. So we did cancel last week. So we are very sorry for the late notice. Pretty much no notice of
Yeah, it
cancellation.
was
It was
it
5
was
minutes before
last
we
minute,
canceled.
unfortunately.
Yeah,
I would have tried to find somebody else to co-host it with me, but it's such a last minute
yeah.
was not a great
It
situation, but that's
actually
all right.
just was not possible. Like, even for setting up the stream, we would have started late probably. So, just to give you guys a heads up, we did cancel last week, but don't worry, we are back in style this week,
Back
and
at
she's
it.
doing okay.
Yeah,
She's
to be
doing okay.
honest, there wasn't a whole lot of topics last week anyway,
There
so
wasn't.
you know.
There wasn't. There wasn't a lot going on in gaming, to
What
be
was it?
honest, last week. Last week was it's a rough week for gamers, but we have things this week. So, guys, we're gonna preview some of the topics today. We have a credit card that's coming out, but it's not your usual credit card,
Oh
and we'll
no.
tell you why it's not your usual credit card. Coming up, we also have Call of Duty Modern Warfare, huge game, but they're making it smaller, and so we'll talk a little bit about that. Also, guys, Sonic the Hedgehog is coming to a new game.
I'm
What
s-
is that game,
I'm
Seraph?
I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited
I
because
think it's today.
I'm s it I haven't heard if it's actually, like, coming out accessible to people. I have no idea. I've
I'm
heard that
pretty
it's gonna
sure it's
cost,
today.
like, 10 crowns, but I haven't
I
seen
have
that
10.
confirmed anywhere. I don't.
I
I
have
haven't won
I have
yet.
10 crowns.
Bad, but
Sonic and Smash Bros?
I'm
No, but Sonic and Fall
in
Guys.
Fall Guys. In
Is it gonna
Fall
make you
Guys.
is it gonna make you faster and better? No,
No, but I'll
but
feel faster and
you're gonna
better,
look
and I will feel like
great.
I'm rolling around at the speed of sound. Let's go. What else we got?
Amen.
Amazon has canceled Crucible. Canceled
Unreleased.
it. They
Unreleased.
unreleased it, and then they're like, you know what? We're done. We're done. It's over. It's over.
I actually didn't know that the unreleased. We'll talk about that. I'm
So
just
they canceled it. Rip Crucible. And
uh,
then Apple ordered to leave Unreal Engine and Epic subsidiaries alone. So the newest development in the Apple versus Epic situation. Apple has basically been told by the court that they cannot take this out on Unreal Engine, and they can only take Fortnite off of the App Store. Well, he's also got Steve coming to Smash today. Sorry.
Tonight, 9 o'clock.
Tonight.
Oh no, I was just gonna say we gotta leave some time for this one. This character is confusing,
Let's
guys.
go.
We also have the cross. I'm not gonna call it the X button.
Oh.
PlayStation has confirmed it is called a cross. The cross button controversy that's going on over in the east of the world, not the East Coast, eastern part of the world,
Eastern Hemisphere.
And then apparently, I did not see this topic on here.
I put it in last minute.
I did not see this on here, but we will talk about it. Fish plays Pokemon.
Fish plays Pokemon. Fish plays Pokemon. That's all you need to know, everybody. Let's roll that intro. Alrighty. Well, as a reminder, guys, we do want to start mixing in some life topics to probably the end portion usually of the YokeTalk podcast. We don't really have anything for today because we want to try to like prepare for them a little bit. We haven't really had a chance to do that. So I think once we get them rolling more, it'll be easier to keep them going, and we'll get more and more ideas as we talk. But if you guys have any ideas for life topics that you would like us to discuss, things like relationships, routines, habits, things like that, getting along with leaders, anything like that, send us those ideas. We would love to speak into some life topics for you. But today we've got the gaming topics, and Razer, great Razer, the by gamers, for gamers, peripherals maker that does a bunch of crazy things, has now decided they're making a Visa card with
sounds interesting
with an LED light, because Razer. So,
and a green LED light.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No lie.
No RGB here.
This is not a holographic thing where you could. No, it's an actual LED light.
No RGB here, friends. You guys need to look this up yourself and see it, because it is real. It is a thing. It is a black card with a green LED light. It has no number on it. It's a numberless card, but it has a chip thing. I can see that. It has a chip. Yep. And I think it has your name, and that's it. And why? I don't know. But if anything, this further proves my point that Razer is the Apple of gaming.
You're not wrong.
Because Apple decided, hey, let's make a credit card. Why? I don't know. I have no idea.
I mean, Amazon made a credit card, though.
Did they?
Yeah, they've always had a credit card. They've had a credit card for years.
Like a physical one?
Yep.
Oh, well, nobody cares.
It's actually very good. You can get Amazon points and stuff like that to buy stuff off of Amazon. I don't know. Good idea. What's Razer doing here?
You do get like 5% back when you buy on the Razer store. You get 5% back.
Only on the Razer store, though.
1% back on some other purchases. But
if you are a Razer fan, this may be for you.
This is for you. Just like.
But I feel like
if you're an Apple fan, the Apple one.
There's only so much you can buy on the Razer store, though.
Right.
Like buy a mouse, buy a keyboard, set for a few years, right?
Yeah.
Probably 2 years with the mouse, because I'll be honest, I had a Razer mouse one time. Not impressed on the on how long that went. It wasn't long before my left click just snapped in half. But I digress.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say there. I want to know how they have an LED light in a card.
Yeah, I haven't quite figured this one out yet.
But the article doesn't mention it. So, yeah. But it is being beta tested in Singapore, I think it was. Yes, Singapore, to 1,337 people. So,
you know what would be really cool? If it had if you had the numbers on it and the lights were flat, all the numbers were flashing different colors. That's what I want.
Yeah, that would I don't think that would be possible.
Did you think this was possible?
it is way more feasible than that. But right, yes. Too Hopeless mentioned in the chat, there is a premium version of the card that does have the light. So there's a normal version that
Yes.
doesn't have a light, and then the premium. But I mean, come on, if you're getting this card, you're going for the premium one. Let's be
Right.
honest. Let's
Right.
be honest. You don't want this card unless you have the premium card. Okay, let's be
Yes.
honest.
Yeah. Yeah, gotta get the premium card if you're getting this card. There's no other reason. There's no other reason. But anyways, so yeah, we're moving, guys. We're moving forward in technology in the world. It's
Yeah, apparently.
this is where we're at, guys.
Call of
Like,
Duty Modern Warfare is also moving forward, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Keeps getting bigger and bigger.
It's actually huge, guys. It's actually huge.
This was going to be a topic last week, and there's actually been a great update for it. But
Yes.
last week, Modern Warfare became over 250 gigabytes. So that meant you can no longer fit it on a 250 gigabyte SSD, which is a great budget SSD size that a lot of people would have. And it didn't fit anymore because games just keep getting bigger.
I don't understand how this game could be this big. Like,
apparently they just don't know what compression means.
I understand to an extent larger games, but this is a monstrosity.
It is a lot. It is a lot. But we have the solution, a solution that apparently was already available to consoles. So they just didn't feel like giving PC this pleasure until now. But apparently consoles have had the ability to install certain parts of the game only. So obviously there's the single player, there's multiplayer, and there's the battle royale. So they've had the option to install each of those separately to just for whatever they want. Now PC is getting that option as well. So everybody with small hard drives can rejoice, and they can only install the parts they want, whether that's the multiplayer or Warzone or what have you. I actually played Call of Duty last night for the first time in weeks. Actually played the multiplayer. It was a lot of fun.
I haven't played since season 4. We're in season 6 now, right?
I have no idea.
I think I played once in season 4, and I haven't played since then. But yeah, and just to say what Serif was saying. So those of you that have never paid for the game, you know that the battle royale is completely free. But if you didn't know, maybe you have the game for free, battle royale, and you downloaded it. If you didn't know, you actually downloaded the entire game as a whole. That's why it's so large. But now you won't have to do that anymore. Free up some hard drive space. If you don't want to play single player, get rid of it. If you don't want to play multiplayer because it triggers you, get rid of it and play that battle royale or what have you. So definitely going to be good, though. Definitely going to be good. I think this is a good thing.
Yeah, definitely a good thing to mention for the people who maybe just play Warzone because it's free. You guys can now only install Warzone, and you probably want to do that since you haven't even bought the rest of the game. You can't even play it if you want to. So may as well free up some space on your drive.
I never played the single player, but I've been thinking about playing it because I heard it's actually a good campaign. I don't know though. I never played it, so maybe I'll get rid of it.
But
I did as well.
But what I didn't lose desire for is Sonic coming to Fall Guys.
Coming to Fall Guys.
I saw this and I was like, I need this in my life. This is another thing. You guys need to look this up on the internet. You need to see this for yourself.
It looks interesting.
I love it. I love it. I think it's amazing. I think it's absolutely amazing. They put a Sonic the Hedgehog skin in Fall Guys. And they were like teasing it yesterday. And then the devs did a stream on their Twitch channel, Mediatonic, I think it is. And they had a whole group of people playing with the Sonic skin. And the devs were like dressed up in weird looking Sonic suits as well. It was just all Sonic. Oh gosh, what is happening?
Oh gosh.
What have you done?
Okay, I will be right back. I thought this was going to work. It would not.
Whoa. All right. Well, Boz is going into another dimension or something. He'll be back in a moment. But yes, if you're listening audio only, his camera just like mega bugged out. But yes, Sonic skin is coming to Fall Guys, and I'm really excited. I have not heard officially on how this skin is going to be accessible to everyone else. Yesterday, it was only available for the devs, and they were showing it off. But I have not heard officially how it is going to be available. I've heard rumors that it is going to be purchasable for 10 crowns If that is the case, that would make me very sad because I have yet to win a game. I have yet to win a game, and that would make me very, very, very sad. But I would grind and I would do my best because I need that skin. I need it. I need it in my life. I am a Sonic fan. And even though it's hard being a Sonic fan, because there's a lot of Sonic games that just aren't great. So it's hard being a Sonic fan, but that does not change the fact of the matter. And I really want this skin. Very much.
I want the skin too.
Yes. Pastor
So
Boss
I
wants
I
this
have
skin.
all right. So here's the thing. My wife knows I had to leave for a couple seconds. Let me fix my camera. Sorry about the crazy camera flipping out though. That happened and I did not see that coming. So my wife she knows during the yoke talk. This is a time not to call, but she called twice. And she's in the other room. She's out of work with her sprained arm. She goes, "There's something moving in the garbage can."
Was it Ella?
No, because Ella stopped as well to look at it. And I opened up the garbage can. And what you guys don't know is right before we started the yoke talk, my kitten jumped into her food bowl and I had to clean up all the little kibbles. So I opened up the garbage can and I saw a kibble fall off of something. She called me because she thought a mouse was in there. It was actually just her kitten food falling off of something and rolling down to the bottom of the garbage bag.
Okay.
This is where we're at. This is
Okay.
this is
All
where
right.
we're at.
Well, good to know that your trash can is safe.
My trash can is
It's
safe.
safe,
We are
everyone.
here. But I'm excited for Sonic as well. 10 crowns. 10 crowns. I think it's today though.
Have you heard officially that it costs 10 crowns? Because I have not seen that officially anywhere.
I mean, on this link that's in here, come tomorrow, you'll be able to buy a Sonic costume, 5 crowns for the top and 5 for the bottom.
Really?
And plus every legendary is 5 crowns. So I would expect this would have to be legendary. Like this cannot be just an epic. It has to be legendary. So okay,
sad.
this is
crowns.
tomorrow then. It is not 3 hours. But yeah, you gotta win 10 games,
guys. Gotta win.
I think I have 11 crowns if I remember right.
That's so sad. I want crowns.
I think it's 11.
I need to play this game more.
You only need the top. I think you need the bottom as well. Just to make the whole costume.
I need both.
Yeah.
Both of them. Because the bottom has the shoes. Gotta get
I'm looking for Link now. I want a Link or a Ganondorf.
I just think it's hilarious that it works so well because the Fall Guy's face has
the face,
like the solid color eye part, and like that's exactly what Sonic has. Like he has the 2 connected eyes, so it actually just works wonderfully. It's
You're not wrong.
Great.
You're not wrong. That is perfect. So,
but
so
we've talked about that enough. Moving on. What we got next?
We have Amazon has canceled. This is different than unreleasing apparently, and I did not know. They canceled Crucible. It's free-to-play multiplayer shooter that had already been returned to closed beta. Now, if you guys don't remember, back in, I believe it was July or something like that of 2020, they came out with their first game ever. Amazon's first game, Crucible. And after about 24 hours, it did not have good reviews. And after 48 hours, it got even worse reviews. And after a month or so, it got unreleased, which we've never even heard that term as a gamer ever. Have you ever heard that term? A game getting unreleased?
No.
That's bad. So anyways, I thought that meant canceled. Nobody could play anymore. Apparently, that was not the case. You just couldn't
it didn't mean
buy
cancel.
it. But it has actually been canceled, and they apologized to all of their fans, which is probably 3 of you out there. We're sorry.
We're sorry.
But it's canceled. Yeah, Crucible got canceled. Didn't have a lot of good things for the players. I heard there's a lot of balancing issues. Just the gameplay just wasn't fun. I never personally played it. Did you?
No, I didn't, but it didn't look fantastic.
Yeah, no,
I
so,
heard it had a lot of issues, and not even just like balancing or like bugs or anything, but like just the like nothing really clicked in the game. Like it was trying to be too many things, and like the maps were way too big. So like most of the time you were just walking around and you couldn't really find anyone. So
yep,
like it just seemed like there was a lot that just was not clicking with the game.
yeah, for
So
sure.
I'm not super surprised with this decision. Um, because I feel like they would have had to do a lot to get it to where it needed to be. Um, it definitely does not bode well for Amazon as a game maker, though. does
No, it
does
doesn't,
not
and
exude confidence
to
in
be
their
honest, guys,
products.
we talked about New World and how much they've been working on it, and there's still a lot of faith in people that New World is gonna be a good game. I'm gonna be asking for a refund from my pre-order because I didn't enjoy what was it called? The preview, I think it was
Yeah.
called,
Speaking
and
of
in this
refunds,
game yeah,
everyone
I was
that
about
bought
yep,
Crucible is getting a refund. So at least there's that.
that's
If you did buy Crucible, you will be getting a refund.
and so it also says if you're in a closed beta, you'll still be able to play the game in some form for a short while. The developers will be hosting a final play test and community celebration. Like I said, three of you out there in the next few weeks, according to the blog. Once that's done, matchmaking will be disabled, but you'll be able to play custom games, which are expected to be available in the coming days until 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on November 9th. So if you guys still want to play your custom games, you can do that for about a month. And then the game is going to be down forever
Yep.
from what we know. And no, not the Crucible, the play.
No.
Somebody, my wife, not the play, just a bad game that came out from Amazon, and so I'm Amazon is the one company that I figured like if you come out with a game and it doesn't work, you should be able to fix it with
Yeah.
all the
Mhm.
resources that you have, and the fact that they unreleased it, put it back in beta, and now they're canceling it. My hopes of their
Yeah, like I mean,
I
this
don't
just
know.
makes me think like they could do the same thing with New World. They could just be like, "Nah, we're done."
Yep.
And like,
It's not working, people aren't playing. I don't know.
yeah, like I get it. Like if something is just not clicking that much, it's probably better to just, either get rid of it altogether or restart from scratch or whatever.
Yeah.
So like I get it. I understand the decision, but it's just not a great first impression
Well,
on their
let's
gaming adventure.
put this into perspective, right? They came out with Crucible and it got unreleased, right? And they put it back into closed beta. But what Sarah said that I really liked is start it from scratch again. There's multiple games that have done this and been highly successful. Okay, so let's look at one that's already come out. Final Fantasy 14, right? Highly successful MMO. It it came out. It was garbage. Final Fantasy essentially made fun of itself in the new story in A Realm Reborn, which is still Final Fantasy 14, but 2.0, 5 years later. They made fun of themselves essentially in the main story plot. And it's a highly successful game that continues on to this day. Another game that's starting from the ground up, and I know this is going to trigger Serif, Metroid Prime 4.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I was
Game
thinking the
has
same thing already. Yeah. So
hasn't even come out yet, but
yeah, a little bit of a different situation because we hadn't even seen anything from it. But
right.
Nintendo came out and they were like, "Yeah, we don't like the way the game is headed, so we're gonna restart from scratch." It's like,
Yep.
okay,
That
yeah,
we know it's a thing,
hmm
but if it's not going the direction you want it to go, I think that's a smart decision. Just scrap it, start from scratch if you really want this to be a title. If it's this low on your priority list, maybe it should have never come out in the first place. Let's be
yeah.
honest.
It
So
seems like they just didn't really have a whole lot of vision for it. And I see Vic Sigma mentioning in the chat, lots of money doesn't translate into good games necessarily. That's true.
truth.
But I think what we're talking about there is they have the money to keep throwing at it until it works. Like the more they keep trying, the greater and greater chances they have for it to work. So like if they wanted it to work, they could have figured it out if they wanted it to. whether that's their own developers just learning and getting better, or whether they hire new people that know what they're doing more, whatever it may be, they could have made it work if they wanted to. Obviously, money does not translate into good games, but
Yeah.
it gives you a much, much better chance, and it would have given them the leeway to experiment and make mistakes, which they did make, but they were, instead of trying to overcome their mistakes, they were like, we're gonna live with our mistakes, and we're gonna just shut down the game.
I don't know.
Which again,
There's
I can't knock them for the decision. It just does not set a
yeah.
good precedent.
And maybe in 5 years they'll bring it out in Crucible, Realm Reborn, and it will be a great
Crucible
game. Who
Realm
knows?
Reborn.
You might get what's the word? You might get sued for that one. But
Maybe
that's
that's
okay.
maybe.
But we'll see what happens. But guys, it would not be a yoke talk. And guys, this is gonna we might not have to talk about this for a long
Hmm.
time. Apple
Hopefully.
and Epic. The fight rages on. The fire continues getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But there is a little bit of a decision here that has come from the judge, even though I still think it's kind of a hilarious thing that the judge said, regardless. And I will read that for you guys in just a second. But we are going to have a court hearing, I believe, later this month. And then finally, we will see an actual decision May of 2021. Or is it March? I think
I
it's
think
May,
I think it
though,
was May. Yeah,
2021.
pretty sure it was May.
So Apple and Epic, as you guys, if you guys have been living under a rock all this time, there's a large fight going on between these two. Apple essentially was allowing, obviously, Fortnite to be on their iOS, and then Epic decided they wanted to break all of the rules, and Apple said you can't do that and shut them down on the Apple Store. So
Yeah, I think this is a good call. I mean, ultimately, I think Apple was well within their rights to do to also kind of go after the Unreal Engine, because ultimately, if Epic was willing to do something with Fortnite, then they could have been willing to do it
with anything,
with anything. But of course, the issue with that is that it affects a lot of other developers that just use the Unreal Engine, and they don't have anything to do with Epic other than the fact that they use their engine. So, did not bode well for the industry as a whole. And so I'm glad that that is not going to take the heat for their decision with Fortnite. And who knows where this will go. I think Epic seems pretty set on keeping this topic alive and keep pushing on this. So
Yep.
who knows whether there'll be more developments in the near future, or if we'll just be kind of sitting here until May of next year. But
which we may.
I'd be fine
Yeah,
with
so
that.
So if you guys don't know exactly what we're talking about, apparently Epic came back at Apple after Apple was like, we're taking everything off the iOS store. Everything that uses the Unreal Engine, everything Epic, all their subsidiaries, we're taking it all off. And Epic was like, well, that's retaliatory. And they said, you know what, it is. They still tried to push for Fortnite to get back on, but that's
Yeah,
still a thing.
they're still trying to argue that like that Fortnite not being on the App Store is hurting their business, and I'm sure it is, but
Yeah.
maybe you shouldn't have broken the thing.
And that's exactly what the judge said. The judge said, I quote this, in short, Epic Games cannot simply exclaim monopoly to rewrite agreements, giving itself unilateral benefit. Its other identified bases, damage to its reputation and the Fortnite gaming community cannot constitute irreparable harm where such harm flows from Epic Games' own actions and its strategic decision to breach its agreements with Apple. So Epic Games essentially breached its own agreements that they made and then said, well, it's causing damage to us. No kidding. Like,
you knew what would happen.
I don't know, guys.
You actually knew this would happen because you had a 60-page legal document ready. But
Yeah,
and to be clear, I know we've mentioned this before because we've talked about this for weeks. But it's worth saying again if you haven't been keeping up. There is a case to be made for the fact that Apple like has like too much like monopoly on like their ecosystem and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like what Epic is trying to do is not a bad thing. We've been saying that for weeks. It's not a bad thing. But the way they're doing it is not, it's not what you do. It's not
Yep.
what you do.
We've made multiple cases that, or statements that kind of examples of how to change things in a bad way and how to change them in a good way. This is one of the bad ways.
This is one of
So
the bad ways.
it's just funny to me because I don't know what they thought was going to happen. And like Sarah said, they had a document ready to go. Like this they knew this was going to happen.
Mhm.
So whether this was because Fortnite was dying on Twitch a little bit, it wasn't dying. Let's be honest, it's still up there on Twitch, but it's losing its viewer base, it's losing its player base little by little. It has been for the past year or so, ever since a black hole happened. I have my thoughts, but anyways, yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. I think they're my honest opinions. At first, I was thinking maybe they just want to make more people interested in Fortnite again. Maybe that's what it is. But I actually think what Epic is doing is just trying to create a statement here,
Mhm. Yeah.
and trying to change things. And if that's what they're trying to do, they might become successful, but you're doing it at a very high cost against a very, very large
Yeah.
corporation. I don't know if it's smart or not, but you might get what you want, but you also might not be a company after this. So
I don't know if it'd go that far, but yeah,
I would hope not, but
ultimately, um, this has gotten the attention of other big companies, other people that are affected by this. Um,
Microsoft, for example.
Microsoft, and like ultimately things could change in Epic's favor. Might be a while, might be like a year, um, but change could happen. Um,
Yeah.
we just don't know. And
Yeah,
maybe
and
that was their idea from the beginning. They were like, we know that we can't do this, but we also know that we're big enough to get attention, so that then other people can change this.
right, right. And I think it's worth noting as well, like Sarah said, there's other companies that are understanding this and getting into it. Microsoft, even though they only stated a very small thing at the
Yeah,
beginning of this whole entire thing, Microsoft has gone forward and said that they fully back Epic and what they're doing. And so that's a large corporation. That's a corporation that could actually take it to Apple. So, I mean, Microsoft and Apple have been going at it for years anyways, as kind of rivals. But yeah, so this is a thing. This is a thing now.
yeah,
But like we said, we'll have a pre-hearing later this month. We'll see if we have anything to update you guys on. But next year, May 2020 or 2021, let's get out of this year. 2021.
yeah. Let's
Um,
get out of this here.
let's get out of 2020. Somebody needs to finish the Jumanji game. But anyways, once we hit 2021 and May comes around, we will have definitely more information. But if anything happens in the middle, we'll let you guys know
Yeah.
as well. So
One,
obviously,
yeah. One more thing I want to touch on before we move on from this. I don't remember if we had discussed this or not, but something I remember discovering in keeping up with this here and there is the that 30% cut number that Apple and many other places take. Pretty much any online store that sells a bunch of stuff is going to take like a 30% cut. So like Google, and I'm sure Microsoft takes a 30% cut from everything on the Microsoft store. Very,
mhm,
very standard across the board. And that's actually a number that originated from like physical stores when they needed to account for things like storage and shipping and things like that. Online is a very different space, and they don't
yeah,
have to account for a lot of those expenses. Um, so there, again, that's just another reason for there to be a case for changing that number that is probably higher than it needs to be. Um,
probably. Yeah. Yeah, because when physical copies were first coming out in stores, if you guys remember Electronics Boutique, am I talking to any boomers out there? They were talking about Doom when it came out, and they said the developers didn't like they weren't making anything off of this game because every time it sold, it went to the store for what Serif was saying, for storage, for putting it out on shelves, for everything. that was
You
going
gotta
into
pay
it.
for the disc and the box, and and of
It
course those
was a
don't
lot.
cost a whole lot, but there were other expenses that that needed to be paid.
Yeah. So developers weren't making a lot as it was. Now we're online. This is a whole different scenario. And so
Yeah,
is it higher than it needs to be? Yeah, sure.
yeah.
But Epic needs to take it down a step.
Take it down a step.
Take it down a step.
And not only that, but I think another aspect of it as well that I ran across in my research was 30% is reasonable for like a startup for something like this. So for instance, like when Apple first started, or when any of these companies first started their online stores, like starting that up is a lot harder than maintaining it usually. So like
Yeah.
starting it up and like building that ecosystem costs a lot more. Um, so the 30% maybe made a little more sense back then. But now, like everything's already established. Like, do we really need these 30% cuts
And
everywhere?
they are established with a capital E. So
This is very standard. This is not just Apple.
yeah. But let's get off of the Apple slash Epic fight. Guys, there's other fights that are
There's
happening
other
and a new
fights happening.
there is a new person coming to
Challenger
Smash.
approaching.
New challenger approaching, guys. And I don't know. It's happening tonight, 9 o'clock
It,
Eastern
it
Standard Time. It's
happened
happening.
only 2 weeks
Guys,
ago.
Steve is coming to Smash. And if you guys don't know who Steve is the player from Minecraft, also female Alex, and then skins of a zombie and a Enderman are coming to Smash.
Yep. So, yeah, let's go. Let's
Yay.
start by talking about the reveal of this because we didn't get a chance to
The
do that
reveal was
to do that last
great,
week.
but my heart was saddened. The reveal was great,
It was
but
great.
my heart, literally, my heart was beating. I was like, "This is gonna be great." I'm hoping for somebody that I've been wanting, and then my face, literally at my screen when I was watching it, was exactly Mario's face when Mario saw Steve walk through a wall. A-
So let me ask you
And
this: what was the moment that you knew it was Steve?
uh, honestly, I'm not too sure. I think it's when the blocks started getting like you could see the
When he crashed through the
blocks.
wall?
When he crashed through the no,
Yeah,
could you see, when Mario
yeah,
crashed through the
you could
wall?
tell.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. I didn't know it was him yet. I wasn't looking that closely. I think it was when it showed the square light, and then I was like, "Oh, no, it's actually happening."
So when
And
he broke the first block,
I said out loud, "Nintendo is trolling everybody." It was kinda like the Banjo-Kazooie
Banjo Kazooie.
reveal, right? Like, I actually thought they were doing that, except actually trolling, not, like, somewhat trolling and then actually revealing. Like,
Yeah.
I
I knew when there were the sounds, like you could hear the zombie and like the skeleton sounds when Mario was in the dark after he crashed through the wall.
I saw the jack-o'-lanterns,
I
and
don't
then
remember that, but
that threw me off. There was, like, jack-o'-lantern eyes in the background, and I started thinking, "Is there, like, a Halloween character that I have not thought of?" And that maybe that's what threw me off, but yeah.
yeah, I didn't realize until the sound because I watched it on a phone, so it was small. And I was outside, so I think there was like a little bit of a glare, so it wasn't the clearest view. So I would like to think that I would have been able to realize that it was him as soon as Mario crashed through the wall, because you can see like it was clearly Minecraft blocks that like
Mhm.
he was crashing through. But I wasn't watching on the biggest screen and wasn't paying that close attention. So I couldn't tell that he had crashed through Minecraft blocks. But as soon as I heard the zombie and the skeleton sounds, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is what this
This
is.
is actually happening. And it's funny because Sakurai said after the reveal happened, I think he knew. Like there was a lot of people upset. Let's be honest. Twitter conveniently went down right after the reveal. I mean, Nintendo ended and Twitter shut down. Like this was planned, right? So, anyways, probably not. But anyways, Sakurai, he comes on and he said, My people bring ideas to me of characters all the time. And what he does is he thinks, is this possible? And if it's not, he tells them no. And when they brought him Steve, He was like, "This probably is really hard to do, but it's possible." So, here's my thing, and I watched a little bit of the like what Steve is gonna look like and his move set and stuff like that. I was underwhelmed, and I still am underwhelmed that Steve is a thing in Smash. However, I'm interested. I'm curious about how it's gonna play out. Is he gonna be tournament legal? And is he actually gonna be OP like a lot of people are saying?
There's there's a good chance. There's a good chance.
He only has a certain amount of resources that he can build and use.
Mhm.
It's gonna be interesting. For instance, his forward air, if he is already using his sword, if he is using his sword and he does a forward air, his sword will be his forward air. If you take a second and you don't use your sword and you do a forward air, his axe comes out.
Pickaxe.
It's yeah, his pickaxe. It's so I don't know. It's weird.
It's
It's
a
very weird.
very, very, very creative move set. There's a lot of really interesting things. Like they even incorporated like the crafting table, and you can like upgrade your tools and stuff. It's actually really, really creative and cool. But the main thing with him, of course, that really, really shakes up the game is the fact that he can place blocks, and
Anywhere.
that's not not something that any other Smash character has ever been able to do.
It and it's not just that he can place blocks when he's, like, standing on the ground. No, this is, like, creative mode. Like,
Yeah,
he could be falling off stage, place a block.
yeah, it's actually now that I think about it, you actually cannot do that in Minecraft. Like you have to place a block that is connected to another block.
Yep,
I hadn't
and you
thought of
don't have
that.
yeah, you could
This
just place a block.
this is not accurate. Sakurai, what have you done?
But on a good note for Steve, being a little bit, I guess, not OP, he can't really jump all that high. He
Yes.
has to double jump to get on the first platform of
Mhm.
even small battlefield, which is obviously every single character in the game can jump up to that super easy, almost even with a short hop. His actual jump is like a short hop, which is interesting. I'm wondering what his short hop is going to look like. It's going to be super low. So,
But yeah, yeah, so his first jump, very much like in the game, it's the perfect distance for him to jump on one block. So
yeah.
that's probably why they did that. It is one drawback of him, but it's like one tiny drawback in
Yeah.
a mix
But
of a bunch of other really scary things. But
do we know how many resources he can hold? Because let's be honest, like it
we have
would be
a
too
good
much.
idea.
It would be too much. All right. If he's falling off stage and there's, his up B, whatever that's gonna be, is not gonna get him back. Maybe that's placing a block. I have no idea what his up B looks like. I didn't watch the entire reveal, but it would be too much if like he was almost dead and just places a block and jumps and places another block and builds himself all the way up. So is it like 5, 6? Like what does the resources
Yeah,
look
I don't
like for
remember. I
placing
don't know
blocks?
the exact, but they did show off the building, and I'm pretty sure he can place like a good 10 blocks when he's full on resources. There are barriers to where he can place. So, for instance, you can if you go for far enough off stage to either side, you can't place blocks. So like you can't place blocks off screen, and you can't place
Okay.
them like a little bit on screen even. So like there's a point where you can no longer place blocks, and there's a vertical
Okay.
limit for that as well. You can't place blocks if you're off screen upwards. I don't know if there's a downward limit to where like you would be able to be like way down below, off screen, off stage, and then
Yeah.
place blocks and build back up. I don't remember them ever showing a bottom limit to that.
I
There
I
might
I
be
hope
one.
that's not a I hope that's not a thing because
Like
if it
what
is,
what I'm
you
scared
can't
of,
kill him.
what I'm scared of, obviously the whole building thing is going to be really really difficult for people to deal with in like a tournament setting. And it's really going to shake up the game in probably not the greatest way. But the thing that I'm most worried about with it is like somebody could just build off stage to stall the game, and like
Yeah.
you can build one block, wait for it to break, build another block, wait for it
Blocks
to
do
break.
break pretty quick though. but not
fairly
quick
quick,
enough.
but
I
you
see what you're
could
saying.
kill a good 30 seconds
Yeah, at least
if
that's
you
true.
wanted to. Like, you could
That's true.
stall the game hard. Like, this is like Jigglypuff floating off the stage in Melee, and, like, there's nothing you can do about it. Like
That's true.
like,
Yeah.
it's
And
God.
even Sakurai though, he was showing off his move set, and I forgot what the move was, but Steve kept throwing something off the side of the
It's
stage,
down
and the
tilt.
person
Down tilt.
okay, down tilt.
Mhm.
Person could not get onto
Yep.
stage, and Sakurai literally said, "I would hate to be the other guy, or I would hate to be the guy on the other side of this." And I was like, "Why is this a thing?"
He did
Like
say
for my main, mm-mm.
he did say things could change a lot by release. The version of Steve they showed us was like 2 months old, I believe,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
he
That's
did
true.
say that a lot could change by release. So hopefully a lot did change. um,
Yes.
because he looks really scary, and it's not even just the blocks thing. Like, he doesn't have like any lag on his moves.
And his up smash lasts forever. It's just a magma block and it just stays
Yeah, that's
there.
kind of dumb.
It just stays there. But other interesting things to note about Steve and Alex is there's going to be a new thing on the stage when he comes in. There's going to be a building block, and what this is used for is, as we told you, you can pick up resources and things like that. You can pick up iron, you can pick up gold, and even diamond and wood and things of that nature. And he can actually build his whole set of swords or axes, pickaxes, and it's a great bargain, as Sakurai said. If you build one diamond thing, it gives you the whole set, and that is the most powerful set that you can have. Gold being under that, and I believe it's, I think iron was the next one, and
Yeah,
then wood, and then
stone, iron, gold, diamond.
and your weapons can break.
Mhm.
So
So then
if
you'd
your
have to
sword
recraft
breaks,
them.
you're just going to be punching people, and he said it does nothing. So we'll
This
see.
is a lot of moving parts. It's hard to say what it's going to be like.
He he's gonna be a super confusing character. Now, here's the reason why I'm curious and interested and actually kind of like it now, even though I'm still underwhelmed that it's Steve. Every DLC character has been so different.
Mhm.
Like everybody kind of has their basic things. They're all different in their own way, but this is really changing
This
the
is the
game.
most different so far. This really changes the game, like you said.
Min Min, I thought was different with A and B being essentially the same thing. It's not a special attack anymore. You could actually be in the air and do a smash attack while in the air. These are different things that we're seeing. Stinking hero, that's
Mhm.
RNG, like
RNG.
crazy, right? They're all different to an extent, but now you have Steve, and this is
He
just
can
what
build.
the
He
heck.
can build because why not?
So, anyways, but I did want to put this out there because I don't know, Seraph, if you knew, you love the games. What are Ori and the
Ori and the
Will?
Blind Forest, and then Ori and the Will of the Wisps was the second one.
Yes.
But Ori
So
games.
I don't know if you knew this, but the creators have talked about Ori being in Smash before, and they actually want Ori to be in Smash, and they said that his move set would be absolutely amazing, and he would be a super fun character. Now, I've never played the games, but they want Ori in Smash like
That
hardcore.
that would be super cool. I'd be super hyped for Ori.
He'd
I
be like
would
a Pichu weight.
I would be super hyped for Ori. But I
Yeah,
honestly don't know if I can see that.
yeah. I
He
don't know
does have a
either.
lot of different tools and moves, but I don't know if it would quite be enough.
Is he popular enough as well?
Also
Like,
that.
if you think about it, these characters, all of them, Banjo-Kazooie, Hero, I was surprised about
He's way
Hero,
more
but
popular in Japan.
I was about to say that was
Yep.
for Japan. And then but Terry, that was for Sakurai.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, but
Let's be honest.
he's not super
He can
he's
get
not
one
super.
character. That's fine.
Yeah,
He's
he got one of the 80.
he's too good to us already. He can have one.
But yeah, so the developers like put it out there. They're like, we want Ori in this game, and because they're going to be making more games. They already said that for Ori, and they're working on a few other projects, but they specifically said we want Ori in Smash. And so I read the article. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. So
I
we'll
would
see.
be so hyped for Ori and Smash, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. I don't know.
I don't
But
know. I mean,
then
it's a
again,
popular game, but
we didn't think Steve was gonna happen. We didn't think Banjo-Kazooie was gonna happen. We didn't think Ridley was gonna happen. We didn't think King K. Rool was gonna happen.
let's
But
be honest, when Incineroar came out, they said, "Wow, they can do anything," and then Piranha Plant happened.
yeah,
So
Piranha Plant. I forgot Piranha Plant. Literally anyone could be in this game.
they could take the most random what's the new far-fetched in Pokemon, Sir Far-fetched or something?
I
I
don't know.
wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I just
It's
and Techie says, "I'm most excited to hear the announcer, dude, say the word Steve." And literally when I go in,
Steve.
I'm gonna have him go, "Steve, Steve,
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 Steve."
Steve, Steve.
So we'll do that the first time we play. But that will be interesting. We'll have more news on Steve
Yeah,
next week
we'll
because
definitely
we're
let you
both gonna
guys
be
know if he's
we're gonna be
OP or
trying him
not.
out this week. We'll check him out. We'll check him out tonight and tomorrow. So we'll let you guys know. We have a few minutes left, and so we'll talk about the X
Yeah,
cross button
let's go quick on this because I want to
controversy.
get to the fish plays Pokemon.
Okay, so button controversy. Very quick, guys. In Japan, for 26 years, the circle button has meant okay. So if you guys don't know what that means, if you guys are playing Nintendo, A is okay, B is usually back, or does not like the bad button, right? That's what it always has been. And so to keep with Nintendo and the way that everybody in Japan plays, the circle button was the okay button. And actually in Japan, circle, and I think it goes for most cases, means good.
Yeah.
Cross means no,
Mhm.
right? So it
Yeah,
makes sense.
made sense.
It's changing.
Yep.
And people in Japan are up in arms. They wanted to unify globally, I guess. I never understood why Final Fantasy VII, the original circle, meant okay. I never understood. And now I do. And so they're up in arms. I don't know if they're going to be able to get things changed, but I don't think so. It looks like the PlayStation 5 is changing some things up, and they're also changing the cross button to be the okay button to globally unite everyone, because we all know that this is going to solve all of our problems globally. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for making things consistent across the board, but
They are not
I
they
feel
are
like
not
this
happy.
feel like this might have just been something that you just keep because like it doesn't really matter that much.
My whole thing yeah, that's true. My whole thing, people in Japan are really upset about this, but, when I started playing Final Fantasy VII, I mean, it took me
Probably catch
10,
on quick.
15 minutes to catch on to it, so I'm not I don't know. If it takes somebody that long to catch on, maybe you shouldn't be a gamer. Like, go
Oof.
back to Candy
Oof.
Crush or something. No, I'm
Oof.
just I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But
Oof.
yeah, it shouldn't take too long to catch on though. Eventually your muscle memory will readjust. I would say after a couple days. I don't think it's going to be that
Yeah.
horrible, but you might have that frustrating moment where you meant to press circle and you accidentally just delete your whole save file. I don't
Yeah.
know,
I
but
honestly
it
I
will
think that was a little bit of my problem with Sunshine at first. I was like hitting the wrong button a lot cuz it's just like they kind of made it the same, but it's also different controller. But
different
once I got
controller,
used to
right?
the controller, I was doing a lot better on Sunshine.
Yeah, and the GameCube controller was, let's be honest, the N64 and GameCube controller, they just were like, okay, let's just throw some things together. N64 controller specifically, but yeah, so that's happening. But now we get to what you've all been waiting for:
Yes.
the Fish Plays
Fish
Pokemon
plays Pokemon.
story, and I have no idea
You
what's
have
going
no
on
idea
here.
what this is because I put it in last
No.
second because I almost forgot to put it in.
Okay.
Yes, friends, you've all heard of Twitch plays Pokemon, but have you heard of Fish plays Pokemon? Well, you see here, somebody managed to program their fish tank to where, depending on where the fish went in the fish tank, it would
No
press
way.
a certain button. So basically, different little squares of the fish tank represented certain buttons, and wherever the fish went, that button would get pressed. So the fish was able to play Pokemon I believe he actually beat 2 gyms. So he was making progress. Look,
Wait, how did
bef-
he get
bef-
to the
before
gyms
we
is my
move on,
question.
I already kind of felt like this with Twitch Plays Pokemon, but this just even more so solidifies it. Like if literally a random set of inputs can beat your game, like this is
It's probably too easy.
like, it's probably too easy, but that is neither here nor there. We're moving on. So the next level of this though is not only did the fish play Pokemon, the fish discovered a glitch that duplicates a rock instead of destroying it and crashes the game.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so then when the person who set this up saw that happen, he went and did it himself and put in the exact same inputs that the fish did and was able to replicate the glitch.
So the fish found a new glitch
The
that
fish
nobody
found the glitch.
Guys,
We
we've
need
made
fish.
it.
We need
We've made it.
fish to bug test our games. Clearly, because they found something that no man has ever been able to find.
By the way, just so you know, this is talking about Pokemon Sapphire. This isn't, but still, this
This
wow,
is groundbreaking.
this is a thing. This is
Groundbreaking.
groundbreaking. I'm so happy this is in here.
I'm
So
so
my
happy this is.
so here's my thing. He mapped out his fish tank, but how did he even make it to the gyms and actually talk to the leaders with that?
I
Like,
mean,
did he just wait months
probably.
and just went back to the game and the fish just kept on swimming?
Probably.
How do you do this? Like, I always was interested in people are like, yeah, I beat what was it called? Bloodborne with like my feet with using this, or the person that beat Bloodborne using a Guitar Hero controller. This is a thing. This is great.
Yeah.
Does he stream?
It does. Yeah.
Did
Mhm.
I'm gonna watch his stream and see what this is all about. I'm gonna see what all the hype is about because fish are
It's a
fish
Siamese
are
fighting
playing
fish.
Pokemon.
Fish plays
This
Pokemon.
is great.
You've
Fish plays
heard of
Pokemon.
Twitch Plays Pokemon, but have you heard of Fish Plays Pokemon?
You have now.
You have now. Congratulations. Your life is so much better.
This is amazing.
Yep.
Well, anyways, that is a way to end
That
the Yoke Talk if
is-
I have ever heard.
Oh, man. We got a couple
of
minutes
thing.
left. Do you have any closing thoughts or stories, Boz?
Stories, just to give you guys a couple updates on what games I'm playing on my stream right now. I have been playing a lot of Super Smash Brothers. A lot of Super Smash Brothers. And I had my young Link up to 6 million GSP. We were on a grind to be able to get him into Elite Smash. That grind ended when I decided to start fooling around and tried to beat somebody that I knew I could not beat. Well, it was a close match each time, but I lost to him like 2 or 3 times, unfortunately. And then he triggered me by doing something. And so I tried again. And I'm back down into the 4 millions of GSP. So my grinding has halted for the moment, but we will be back up there very soon. And I've also been playing Teamfight Tactics. It has a new set of characters. And to be honest, I did not like the Galaxy set, but the new set, thumbs up. I'm loving it. I think it's amazing. So I've been really, really enjoying that as of late. But yeah, so if you come on my stream, you'll probably be seeing more Super Smash Brothers, possibly Mario Galaxy. I've been thinking about possibly, and then definitely some Teamfight Tactics as well.
Nice. I've been playing a lot of Warframe still. Getting through the update that came out in August. I've been playing 3D All Stars, mostly Sunshine, but a little bit of Galaxy as well. I haven't gotten the chance to play Outer Wilds in a couple weeks. But I'm still
How
trying to
many
work my
streams
way
did you
through
do of that? Was it 2
might have been 3
or 1?
Might have been 3.
Was it 3?
At least
Okay.
2 though. But yeah, I don't know how much longer that I have.
Pretty
But
game.
It's a very fascinating game. Very
Pretty game.
fascinating. Check it out. Outer Wilds, not to be confused with Outer Worlds. Completely different.
Oh, okay. So that's why I was so confused at first. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. Outer
All right,
Worlds is like a Fallout kind of game, but not made by Bethesda.
Yeah, that's why I was like super interested this whole all of this time, guys. I thought it was Outer Worlds,
No,
and now
Outer Wilds.
I knew he was saying Outer Wilds, but like I didn't
It's
like
really
look it up, and
confusing.
I was like Outer Worlds though. It's like this is not a Serif type game. It
No,
doesn't seem
it's
like.
not.
Okay, well then we have found out where we're at. Fish
We made it.
Fish are playing Pokemon, and Crucible is canceled.
That's it. That's it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining us this week on the YokeTalk podcast. It was good to be back. Sorry, once again, we had to cancel last week. It was a very, very last minute thing. We don't like to do that, of course, but sometimes it's unavoidable. But we should be back next week. Unless something goes horribly wrong. So we hope to
Hopefully
see.
not.
Hopefully not. Amen. We're praying, but we hope to see you guys then. All of you have a fantastic week, and we will see you next time. Take care, Yokers.
See you guys.